FUSCO Satellite Network.
Okay, this guy, co-hosts The Herd with Colin Cowherd, has a podcast, Straight Fire, on iHeartRadio. All right, we got your plugs in there, McIntyre, because we're professionals. That's what we do.
That's how it's done.
But before we get into this war of words that you got going with Kevin Durant, you told our booker that you have a hard out in 15 minutes. Just for the record, don't worry. You'll be lucky if you'll make it that long, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. By the way, where do you have to go?
Yeah, where are you going?
You're going to go wash Colin Cowherd's car? Is that where you're going?
I got to take his luggage to the airport, actually. So,
exactly.
You see, we called it.
Yep.
Anyway, all right.
Yep.
We're going to break down what happened here between you and KD. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and end this beef you got going on.
That's what we do.
People ask us, what side are we taking in all this? We think you both look like fools here, for the record. All right. But as we say on the show, instead of embracing debate, we want to erase debate. Get along.
Okay.
All right, so let's just recap for the audience who isn't following. This whole thing started when you saw KD went into a Twitter Spaces chat called KD is not a top 5 player and started beefing with people there. Then you went on your podcast and you said that Kevin Durant, quote, needs to get a life. So that begs the question. How the hell did KD hear your take? Because no offense, there's no way in hell he listens to your podcast.
No shot.
Well, let's back up a little bit. First of all, I'm just asking you, straight up question. If someone came out and said your podcast was not top 5 and they did a Twitter Spaces, would you jump in and debate those numbnuts?
Well, that's what we call a false hypothetical. There is no way in any reality.
That would never happen.
So I don't even know how to respond to such a terrible idea.
I think that's the way Kevin Durant saw it. How the hell are these idiots, who are these jabronis, saying I'm not a top 5 player in the league? So he goes in and yells at them for I don't know, 45 seconds, 90 seconds, goes in there, squabbles with them, says his piece, and then pieces out. Doesn't even say bye, just click, like your girl did when you would call her and you were trying to make it happen.
All right, we don't need the analogy. Look, but, look in the mirror. Turn the mirror on yourself.
Yeah.
You're the one saying KD needs to get a life. And he shouldn't be attacking people online. But hold on, aren't you doing the same thing? Aren't you the guy who needs to get a life?
I'm not attacking him. How does this get a life? How is that attacking? You tell that to people all the time on this podcast. Are you attacking them?
We never ever told anyone get a life.
We've never actually said that because our takes are much more nuanced than that.
Yes.
I didn't even know Get a Life was like a put down and an attack.
No, it's a great show with Chris Elliott, but that's beside the point. We would never. Never.
A lot of great people spend their time tweeting. I mean, look at Elon Musk, one of the top 5 rich guys in the world. He's tweeting all the time. Do you tell him to get a life?
I would. I should tell Elon Musk to get a life. By the way, I could understand if Kevin Durant got upset if I said some stuff like what Jordan Poole said about Draymond Green. I'm sure you heard, right?
Yeah, so?
Jordan Poole went to
Those
Michigan.
are 2 NBA players.
Yeah.
We're talking about one NBA player and a guy who plays in the rec league at the YMCA on the weekends.
I mean, I might as well be an NBA player. I played in a men's league out here in California. We won the title 2 years ago. We lost
this
the
guy's
championship
delusional.
last year.
No wonder you're beefing with KD. You think you play in the NBA.
You got Jim Jackson on the podcast, right? He knows I'm close to getting a 10-day in the league.
This guy.
All right, now
Mr. Haha Factory, the Laugh Factory. Yeah.
You need 10 days in a mental ward.
Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas.
So how did he hear the podcast? You never. Why are you deflecting? How did he hear the podcast? Did you send him a link?
Well, he heard the podcast because Straight Fire's kind of blowing up. My guy, Straight Fire's been around for 3 years. The numbers have crept up. The money's creeping up. The downloads are creeping up. People like the fire. I know some people can't handle the fire. Soft Philadelphia Eagles fans maybe can't handle the fire.
It just sounds like your PR person sent him a link. But okay, we're reading between the lines.
No PR,
all right,
baby.
look. Let's get to the more interesting point of the story that you're not letting us get to. All right. So you go and you say that. Kevin Durant, he goes and writes you back. He sends you what they call a DM, right? And he writes, "You're such a clown. You don't even like sports. You look like a drama major." What were your thoughts when you read that mostly accurate message?
Well, that cut deep. A drama major? You think I'm a drama major? Like, I have taken 0 acting classes in my life. Maybe I need one. But that hurt. I felt like I look like an athlete. I work out. I got the gun show on my Instagram.
Dear God.
I don't look like a drama
thinks he
major.
plays in the NBA
athlete.
and he's a bodybuilder.
I'm dying here, please.
But the bottom line is, KD, slow played it, and then when I respond, I hit him deep. I said, "Bro, will Michael Jordan jump in the comment section?" My guy, you think you're a top 15 player all time?
See, this is where I don't quite get your thinking here. You do realize that Michael Jordan played in the 1990s when there was no such thing as a comment
Twitter
section.
Yeah.
Do you understand how time works?
When people say LeBron is the GOAT, Michael Jordan doesn't jump in and say, I won Defensive Player of the Year, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't do that. It's Michael Jordan. His resume speaks for itself, just like Kevin Durant. KD is so insecure. So I wrote him back and I said, Jordan doesn't do that. And then that's when he called me a pussy.
Yeah, you're the one calling him insecure. Meanwhile, you've been talking about your biceps every 2 minutes on this podcast. But okay. All right. You brought up the most interesting point of the story. He called you the P word. You said it. Just to be clear, it rhymes with wussy, which, would have been applicable as well.
Yeah.
When he called you that, what was your feeling then when he said something so hurtful and also kind of accurate too?
I just went and cowered in the corner. I just was like, I had to call family members. I'm like, what do I do? Kevin Durant's making fun of me. I got a little choked up. It was a tough moment for me.
All right, hold on. He also called you a broke boy. Broke boy.
Yeah,
what do you think he means by that? I
thought he was trying to type blog boy because I used to have a blog, but blogs are like last decade or something. And I guess he means I'm broke, that I'm on podcasts, I'm on a TV show, I'm getting on podcasts like this, that I guess I'm broke.
How much money are you making?
Yeah, how much money do you have?
Tell us.
I'm doing all right. Financially, this has probably been one of the most successful year of my life.
So what is that, 50K?
Yeah, 50 mil, 50K.
A little bit higher, but it's been a great year. And
okay, so Kevin Durant was right. Okay.
Yeah, I think Kevin
Durant was right. I'm broke as a joke. That is it.
There you go. Now, hold on. So, all right, so he comes out, he calls you the P word, he calls you all these names. Now, how are you planning to respond to KD? Because hold on, before we get we don't want you to come back, and say things like, eat my ring chasing bag. That would be wrong.
Yeah,
right,
that would
Tony?
be wrong to do that. Don't do that.
Okay,
yeah, don't say something like, bite my you lanky ring chasing brains, because
don't
that's
do
what you're
it.
tending to do.
Yeah.
What is going to be your response?
This is worse than eat my I took a screen grab of the New York Times article that said Jason McIntyre sold a website for 7 figures, and I sent it to him.
You don't do it. You think
that KD is impressed with 7 figures? He sneezes and makes 7 figures.
I mean, just to let him know I'm not broke. So I said that to him, and I think KD's reply was, "Who is this loser? I am wasting my time." And he didn't respond.
Yeah,
He's ghosted me since.
He finally had some 7 figures, but there was a decimal point or after the 5th one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look.
So unfortunate.
We get, you kind of flummoxed here, we can tell this has hit a nerve for you. You're probably not sleeping well at night. So what we want to do is we want to heal the rift here.
Yeah, we gotta heal the wounds here.
Maybe you and KD can find common ground, because you're a troll, you attack other people, and that's what KD is good at too. So don't you think you can maybe find common ground in the fact that you're both annoying trolls who spend way too much time online?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to do what Kyrie Irving did. Did you see he invited that guy who rates pizzas to play him one-on-one?
No.
Some jabroni from some website. I'm going to tell Kevin Durant, I will play you in horse, and you got to shoot left-handed, and I will play you in horse, and I will take back everything I said, and I will never criticize you again if you beat me. How's that?
That's a terrible idea.
What are you doing?
Look at the ego on this guy, Tony.
Unbelievable.
He thinks he can beat Kevin Durant in a game of basketball. You couldn't beat an actual horse in a game of horse. In fact, you know what you can do is you can jump on a horse, ride off into the sunset,
and get off the show. Get off the show. You're done. You're off the show. Ride a horse right off the show.
Kevin Durant was
you got a hard out off the show, out the door, off the show.
FUSCO Satellite Network.
Is he off the line?
Jay, hang up the phone.
Apologies to Kevin Durant. I'm starting to take his side here. He was right about everything there.
Yeah. I'm on KD's side here. He was right, especially about the P word part, too.